Hi, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. Today, I am going to talk about my experience with my COVID booster shot. I got the booster on Friday, November 5th. This is a Sunday as I'm recording. I did have a mild reaction, a very mild reaction, just a slight fever, maybe a half a degree or a degree. It was, and I felt a little groggy, down, not real bad, a little sluggish. Arm was a little sore. Really didn't do much anything. Outside of that, I felt fine. I just relaxed a little bit, took it easy that day. It was nothing. I do recommend people getting the booster if they need to, if you meet the criteria. I got it because of my employment. My employer provided it for us, so I did do that. They did hand out a checklist, which I was hoping to go over and talk to everybody about what is required and what they look at for whether or not you should get the booster shot. This is the checklist from the health department. So this is not something I created. This is a checklist from the health department. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over this. This is the screening questions. Do you have a weakened immune system caused by something such as HIV, cancer, or do you take immunosuppressive drugs or therapy? If you answer yes to this, you should talk to your doctor. You should not listen to me or anybody else. You should just listen to what your doctor tells you and see if you should take this vaccine or if you should take the full dose of a vaccine. That'll listen to what they tell you. Second question, have you received passive antibody therapy, such as monoclonal antibodies or convalescent serum? I butchered the snot out of that, so forgive me. Some of these words, I have no idea how to pronounce them, so I'm doing my best here. As a treatment for COVID-19 in the past 19 days. If you have had that, you should probably talk to a doctor about whether to get this booster shot. If you have, you probably don't need it because you would have antibodies already in your system until the 90 days was up. Diagnosed with multiple system inflammation syndrome after a COVID-19 infection. Again, if you have had this, you definitely want to talk to your doctor before you do anything and see what they tell you and follow their instructions. Have you ever had a severe allergic reaction? This, when they say severe allergic reaction, it means something that sent you to the hospital, something that you had to have a EpiPen, something that was very aggressive in what happened to you. Also, may have caused allergic reactions like hives, swelling, respiratory distress, including wheezing. These are all things that you should be aware of. And if you had an allergic reaction to anything that required medication basically to treat it, then you probably want to talk to the doctor before you get this shot. And it would be to a component of the vaccine, which includes the following. No idea how to pronounce this word. And still getting used to this interface. No idea how to really. This word here, oh my Lord, how did they pronounce that? It's polyethylene glycol, or PEG, PEG. Okay, I'm not even going to go there. Which is found in some medications such as laxative, and preparations for colonoscopy procedures. Basically, it's super laxative or laxative. If you have any reaction to that, you may not want to do this particular. Now, I got the Moderna, so this may only be for the Moderna vaccine. So again, you might want to check with the doctor about anything that has to do with the other vaccines. What they gave us here was the Moderna vaccine, so it has been known to give a little bit stronger reaction to most people. Also a previous dose of COVID vaccine, or another word, polysorbate. Not 100% sure what that is, but it's definitely something. If you've had a reaction to it in the past, you will probably know it, and you should be aware of it. Allergies to other vaccines other than COVID. If you've been injected with another vaccine and you have a reaction, I definitely let them know. They will decide that whether or not they will take your information, and you may or may not be one of the few people that should not take this vaccine. Allergies to other things such as food, bee stings, or oral medications. These are all things that you should know before you go to get the vaccine. If you have any of these reactions, again, talk to your doctor, see what they think. If they think you shouldn't get it, then don't do it. But if they say it's safe for you, you should go ahead and do it. You have a bleeding disorder or take blood thinners. Well, this is something you should probably be aware of as well if you have these conditions or you take this medication. Are you pregnant or breastfeeding? These are also things you should be aware of if you're going to take this medication. It's also a standard thing that they don't want to give out the vaccine to, or any medications to pregnant women without first talking to a doctor to be sure that there is not a reaction and it does not interfere with the pregnancy, especially if you're having a complicated pregnancy. You probably don't want to take any risk, and I don't blame you. Again, talk to your doctor, see what they say, follow their instructions. Do you have any history of myocarditis? I have probably butchered the snot out of that word as well. And pericarditis. Again, please forgive me for my horrible pronunciations. These are conditions that you may or may not be aware of in some cases, but most people would be aware of these particular occasions because of how they would show up in previous things that you've done in life. Hopefully, these are not an issue for most people. As I understand it, these are extremely rare conditions to happen with vaccines. Also, again, consult your doctor, follow their instructions, do what they tell you, or at least consider it for the very least. You have a history of induced, that is that word. I'm not even going to really try it any further than that. If you have an issue with these, you're going to have a history of this. You know about it. Your doctor should know about it. You should talk to your doctor. They'll give you sound advice once if they have been treating you for this condition. I don't even know what a dermal fiber fillers are. What are dermal fillers? I have no idea. If you have those, I'm assuming that you would know it. So, of course, that could be an assumption on my part, but I would think you would know that if you had something like that. And if you have that, you definitely want to consider whether or not follow the instructions and let them know. And a history of Guillain-Barré syndrome. Not even sure what that is. Never heard of it before now. And I'm not sure I even pronounced that even close to right. But these are the conditions that they ask you about. These are the things that could have a reaction. If you are answered yes to any of these, you need to talk to the nurse on hand or the doctor they had on hand. They had a doctor at my particular get together. And this was straightforward. It was easy. I just showed them my vaccine card from my previous vaccinations. Went right through. The gentleman that gave me my shot was very good at it. I have a deathly fear of needles. He was able to give me my shot in such a way I didn't even know he had jabbed me. And that is super rare for me. I am hyper aware of needles, so when I usually am very aware when I get a shot. I even questioned whether he actually gave me the shot until my arm was sore later when the medicine started working its way in. And it was very good, it was very positive. Everybody was very friendly. Again, when it comes to this vaccine, I had the Moderna. Moderna is a little rough. If you get a choice and you haven't had any vaccine so far, I do recommend going with the Pfizer, because everybody I know has got Pfizer had no reactions. They just a little bit of a sore arm. Outside of that, they were fine. Didn't even have any kind of thing going on at all. But if anybody has any question about the background, this is a Harry Potter Diagon Alley, the side alley from Diagon Alley for all the Dark Wizards, which I recorded while I was there, and that was this year. So I thought it looked kind of cool to put as a background. So if anybody got any comments about that, please feel free to share. And this is very important that we get as many people vaccinated as possible. If we can get up to 80% and we can finally get herd immunity, this thing can go away. We can have a normal life again, which I personally would love to have, and so would everybody else. And it would be nice to not see people dying constantly from this thing. It is, we've lost enough. Let's try to cut it out. And again, thanks for watching. Like and comment, please share. And I just wanted to share my experience with this. And you guys have a good day, good week, good year. Bye.